Okay, so we've created a RESTful web service application, and during the development time we used Postman HTTP client to send HTTP requests to our web service endpoints and see if they work and if the response body that is returned is correct. And our RESTful controller is inside of UI controller. It's called user controller. It has different HTTP request mappings defined. We have get mapping, post mapping, to get user details, to create user details, to update user details, and so on. So now we are ready to test this web service endpoints, and we would like to automate our testing a little bit so that we do not have to use curl or HTTP Postman or any other HTTP clients to compose this HTTP request manually and to send them manually. We will try to use a REST assured framework, which will allow us to test our RESTful web service endpoints programmatically, and we will even try to automate them a little bit so that our tests run in sequence and we do not have to run them one by one manually. So currently our web service application is running on port 8080. It used to be connecting to MySQL database with password Sergey, but we have commented out the data source URL and have added Spring H2 console to our project so that we can use in-memory database rather than actual MySQL database. And working with in-memory database is helping us not to pollute our MySQL database with test data. If we want to start fresh and clean, we will simply restart our application and all the test data will be cleared out and we can start with record 1 again. So to test my RESTful web service API with REST assured framework, I'll create a new project which will run as a standalone project, and I can use that standalone project to send HTTP requests to my RESTful web service application running on localhost. And if I want to send HTTP requests to a different URL, like when I deploy my RESTful web API to an Amazon server, I then can simply change the URL and if needed port number, and my test scripts will be testing a project already located on a different server. So let's create a new Maven project. I'll go to File and then New, and I'll choose Spring Starter Project. And I will leave service URL as is. I will provide name of the project. My RESTful web service API is called mobile app-web services. I will reuse the name mobile app-ws for web services, and then I will add REST assured test. But you can come up with any other name, that's fine, as long as it makes good sense for you. The rest I can leave unchanged. Maven Java version is 8, you can use 10 if needed. I will use 8. And then Maven details that will uniquely identify your project. I will use same group ID, com apps developer blog.app.ws, and then artifact ID is your project name, which is in my case mobile app ws rest assured test. And I have provided package name, which is com apps developer blog.app.ws and then rest assured test. And again, these details like project name and package name are unique and specific to your project, so come up with something that you are comfortable with. And we will then click on next to continue. Now here we will need to provide dependencies for our project, and at this moment I will not provide any dependencies. And if you use Spring Initializer to create your Maven project with Spring Boot support, you can skip all dependencies as well. Just leave it empty and click on next and then click on finish. So now I have created a new project called mobile app ws rest assured test. I can expand the Java folder. It has a single application file which will run our Maven project. And then we have source test Java, where we are going to run our unit tests. We have a single Java file there as well, which is configured to run integration tests. I will leave this file as is. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to create new test cases. Okay, so we have a new project created. Let's now continue and let's add rest assured support to it.